and welcome to 540 Studio De Beyond Season 4. Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, hope everyone is doing well out there. It's good to be back. I know I was gone for a while, and we were gone for a while on this channel. But I'm back now, and we're back on this channel.
Better than
It's
ever.
good. I'm better than ever. No, I was on a
I'm back.
vacation. I was on some weeks vacation
You're in a
with my
coma, don't lie.
lovely No, I was actually on vacation with my beautiful girlfriend and and my stepkids. Had a really great time. And it's also good to be back. I do, of course. I miss my lady and all that, but I will see her again really soon. But other than that, of course, I'm here today with, of course, Kilted. The other guys is not here at the moment. Tom was apparently busy recording a video, so hopefully he can pop in later in the show. The two other guys have no clue what the fuck they're doing. Probably jerking off out there somewhere. I don't know. Um, But other than that, Kilted, how are you, man? What have you been up to, man? How's the streams been going and the videos?
Pissing people off just by asking a question. So normal shit on social media. Just getting back into making videos, live streaming, and I was a guest on last night with Minimal Effort Online.
Oh,
I stayed up entirely too goddamn late, but I had a good time. So I'm suffering for it
yeah.
now, which is, it is what it is. But having a good time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Getting blocked by
Yeah,
people
I
that
need
share
to I
shit
need to
with me.
watch that. I need to watch that stream. See what you
Oh,
guys
it was
talked
a shit
about.
show trying to get last with me and Hoshi, we this may come as a shock, with the echo chamber. We had a disagreement about episode 5 of Daredevil, but
Oh yeah, the
I have
Daredevil.
my
Yeah, I have
opinions on
mixed.
it, but episode
I
6 was
have
pretty good.
opinions too.
But yeah, after that, trying to get on with minimal effort, he trying to get Streamlabs OBS to work
Yeah.
and communicate. It's like, I don't know what
Oh.
I'm doing here. And it ended up being a button that he had to
Yeah,
click
yeah,
on
yeah,
here
yeah.
just to be able to hear the audio. It was like,
No,
so it was a
exactly.
blast. Yeah, we've been doing this for how long? And like,
Yeah, exactly. So, since you mentioned, Daredevil, let's get into that soon.
oh,
And let's see here. We have the late and gay himself. Hey, man, how you
aha.
doing?
Yo, what's up?
Just talking, relaxing, in the beginning of the show, of course. How are you doing, sir?
Oh man, I just got home from work, showered, ate dinner with my wife, and yeah, that's it.
Shit shower and shave.
Yeah, but I was eating as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, for me, what I've been up to, well, I got home a couple of days ago. Just been relaxing, been editing stuff, working on some stuff. Might be working on a new album that will come out at some point in the end of the year.
Do it.
I'm
Are
working on a
we
lot of
live right
music.
now?
We
Yes.
are live. Hello.
Well, I didn't know. I saw the little live button, but I didn't see the.
Yeah, no, we are live. We're live. But yeah, I'm working on an album, one more. Because I love making music, so why not? It is the second album might be around the same ish as my first album, but with more uplifting lyrics. Some sad, but more uplifting, mostly lyrics. And I will also do a third album at some point, and that's gonna be pure black fucking metal, because that's what I normally love. So we've been working on some stuff there. And just been catching up on some stuff since we did mention, of course, or Kilted mentioned Daredevil.
Yeah, we
Born
talked about that
again.
last night.
I know, I heard him say it. So, and I do want to say hail to Leia Rose, and she said, of course, hail to Cash Money. Unfortunately, Cash Money is not here right now, but we're still streaming on his channel and Barry Norman Tag's channel. Thought they were gonna be here today, but they're not here. Maybe they will show up. I don't know. But we're still streaming on their sites too, so everybody can, of course, see what we are doing.
Is
um,
something wrong with the chat? 'Cause
I
I can't see the chat on YouTube.
because
That's
they're
because it's on Cash Money's channel, because we're streaming on 3 platforms, like 3 YouTube channels.
Oh,
Yeah, we're co-streaming.
do you know
So
do you know how to be able to see the comment section
yeah, it's not showing up
with
on.
with
Oh,
StreamYard?
it
I'm
just now
talking
popped up on. It just now popped up.
StreamYard. So
yeah,
you have the window
yes.
with StreamYards open up, and you
Yeah,
put the
exactly.
comment
Come on,
section on
Hashi.
the right. I mean,
But
hello.
let's get into some Daredevil talk, because I've not been able to talk with you
Yeah.
guys about it. I will say at least the 2 first episodes, I enjoyed the 2 first episodes. Um, the other episodes, I have mixed feelings. I don't know how quite I feel about it.
I can tell
You
you how
know, when
Kelsey feels about the 5th episode, but
we will get to that. It was like I love that we finally, we got to see, White Tiger, and then they killed him off. Spoiler. Mixed feelings about it. Really mixed feelings about it. I don't know if that was planned in the beginning or not, because I do know the actor, unfortunately, rest in peace. He died.
Mm.
I don't know if they got to film more with him, or they just got to film the stuff they had, and they had to kill off the character in a certain way and write
I
a
did
different
not.
story.
I did not know he actually died. Like he was dead in real life. Like I
Yeah,
didn't know
he
that.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is in real
was it
life.
cancer or something?
I don't remember how he passed away, um, but I don't know if that's the reason they killed him off in the show when he had a mask on. Um, but if that's the case, I can understand it, because he passed away. But either way, I have some mixed feelings about the episodes that came after. One, it is really slow. It is really slow. In the beginning, for me, that was fine. Like 2 first episodes,
Mhm.
the build up. You
Well,
have to build up. You have to.
that's what I was telling Kilted about. Is like the original Netflix was also slow, but it was
I
still good. It was still good.
I
I
don't
don't
have
mind a
a
slow
problem
story so
entirely
long.
with the pacing.
The pacing is a little awkward in
It's
places.
I'm not sure if it's the pacing that's awkward or it's the fact that the reshoots and the jumbled up and the pulling and the inserting, like pulling scenes out, you don't know what's what. Like I think
Yeah,
disjointed
because
maybe.
I can say it like this: is that when not the first 2 episodes. The first 2 episodes were fine in my opinion. They were good enough beginnings. I really enjoyed the 2 first ones.
Mhm.
Other than the bad CGI, but that was already
The first
people talked about it, that in the beginning it was some poor CGI. Um,
piss poor.
I not a big fan of that, but overall good 2 first episodes. Um, but the pacing overall on the show is clunky. It kind of feels like you're watching 2 different shows in one episode, because
There's a reason for that.
yes, exactly, because reshoots and and old shoots, like we don't know what's reshoots and what's the original shoots, but
Oh,
you can
Kilted
see
called you
that.
yesterday with the voiceover thing. Like there's certain
The,
scenes where Kingpin's talking, and you can see
yeah,
his mouth moving, but no sound coming out.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. There is like certain stuff like that.
some ADR.
Um, so let's get into how you feel, Kilted. How do you feel with all the episodes that are out so far? How do you
Uh,
feel? How do you think?
if I wasn't watching it to talk about it on Wednesdays, I probably wouldn't keep watching it. It's not like up until now. Now I've heard the last 3 episodes are just fantastic bangers, whatever, and everything, but it's trudging along. Episode 5 was irritating because it's unnecessary. My issue with that one, it's a filler episode when you should not have a filler episode in such a small season, um, regardless of whether it was entertaining or not.
Exactly. No,
Um,
I agree with you
the
on that,
uh,
Kilted.
the little girl being a plot device 100% from beginning to end is lazy. Um, but hands down, the scene between Punisher between Charlie Matt Murdock and Frank Castle, outstanding, fantastic.
Fantastic
And
performance. I will give them
yes,
that.
absolutely
Fantastic
fantastic.
performance.
And pretty much any time D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox are on the scene, it's like I'm paying attention because
Because you
they
believe them together,
he
like
yeah.
there's characters, you believe them
Mhm.
together. And one thing I do feel is like there's so much just pushed in there that's so slow and I really don't care for. Like I want to get more into the real story with the characters. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Uh, I'm look. I want to see where this goes. I want to see what plot lines are going to be resolved, which ones are going to be opened up, where they're going. Like I am interested. I want to see how it lands. So
Yeah, same
I'll
here.
be patient enough for that.
No, I agree with that. I want to see where it leads. Unfortunately, I after at least the fifth, I did not enjoy the fifth episode. I didn't.
For shame.
Yeah,
For shame.
I didn't enjoy it as much as I hoped
Unnecessary.
that I did. And the little cameo with the, with the whole, Miss Marvel thing and all, it's like so unnecessary. We know that they're in the same universe now and to a certain point, but
I'll tell you, the
un
scene that's probably my favorite so far. Not my favorite, but definitely a highlight of the scene is whenever him and Frank are having their little tit for tat, and whenever he went and found Frank after he got found the bullet casing.
Mhm.
No, him and
Oh
what's
yeah.
his name? What's his the
yeah,
actor's name? Ate up that whole scene. Just mwah.
yeah, yeah. No, so I hope it's gonna get better. I really do. It's gonna have like a good payoff. Um, but so far, Kilted, what would you rate it so far? Like in your
Mhm.
opinion and your mind of it?
Nothing to write home about. Mid as fuck. It's not. I mean, not enough for me to recommend it. I've heard entirely too many beautiful, fantastic, wonderful things about the Netflix show, and it's just coming across as a disappointment. You know, like
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I do understand. It's like the two first episodes I really enjoyed. I thought this third one was fine. Did not hate it. It was like okay, it's not the best, but it's good enough. Hopefully, things are gonna get better from here. And for me, it took a downhill. I praised the two first episodes when they came out, and like I like it so far. I think it's good,
Hmm?
but unfortunately, it's nothing I would recommend yet. At least, hopefully, it will be some good payoff. They would do something. At least, the performances with certain actors are good. So yeah, Hashi, how do you feel so far with the season, this show?
I mean, I've been enjoying it. I know, like I know, Kilton said he hasn't been. We've been talking
Stop
about
talking
it.
about my opinion. Keep what's yours. Sorry.
No, I'm gonna give you
Sorry.
shit consistently. So,
You can
um,
try.
Yeah,
no,
no, all
I am
seriousness.
I am genuinely enjoying it. I don't think it's the best that they've those guys have presented because I have watched the Netflix series and I have
Yeah,
seen them
same
perform.
here.
And I don't think it's the best. I'd still put it above a lot of the other MCU pre Disney, I guess MCU shows, like above like the Luke Cage show, the
Oh,
Iron Fist show,
mm-hmm.
the Jessica Jones. The Defenders was still pretty good, mostly because like they use a lot of like, and you could definitely tell they were using more Daredevil aspects in the Defenders because it was a
Yeah, they
Daredevil
did. Yeah,
story with the whole Elektra timeline,
yeah.
which like I think people forget, like people like I know Deadpool recently did the brought Elektra back, but Elektra was technically in the MCU because that they made the Netflix stuff canon, right?
Yes.
Oh. So technically we have had Elektra. I think she's dead right now, or she hasn't been resurrected yet.
Yeah. No, we need to see what they're gonna do with all of that.
But
But I,
no, the pacing I really don't mind the slowness so long as it has a good payoff. I really don't care. Like I know, like because like the Netflix series was slow. Like it was maybe not
it
as
was slow to a point, but it was better paced. That when it's better paced, it's more understandable, more better. Felt the writing was better on Netflix. The writing was better. Not gonna lie about that, of course. Um,
But I mean, like I said, I don't. It is vastly, and I know it's a low bar, but it is vastly superior, in my opinion, to a lot of the stuff that Marvel's been putting out as of late.
oh yeah, I can at least say it's better than a lot of the shit they've been putting
Like it's
out on
nowhere
TV
near
shows.
it's nowhere near as flashy as like Ant-Man and the Wasp was. And I say flashy not because it was good, but because they put a lot of budget into the CGI and stuff like that. But like over
Yeah.
like I mean, then obviously I didn't even go to the theaters to watch the Marvels. I stayed home and watched it. Wink wink nudge nudge.
Yeah,
But
we
Yeah.
waited till it was available on a streaming service.
yeah, that.
Yeah,
Uh
that exactly.
Right, I know they spend a lot of money on, like, the CG and all stuff like that, but, like, it just goes to show you that Disney, as long as they tell a decent story, you don't need all that flashy stuff going on with it, so I'm enjoying it just because it's telling a decent story alone. Like, because Matt's not even been in the suit for he's been in the suit for, like, what, 2 episodes? For the
Maybe.
beginning
Yeah,
episode and
he's
the
barely been in the suit. And stuff like that. Yeah.
but if I remember correctly from the Netflix series, like Charlie Cox was good in and out of the suit, regardless. So I still enjoy his the actor's portrayal of Daredevil, and so like I said, I'm enjoying it. It's not the best. It's not as good as it could be, and that's probably because of the reshoots. But I hope I hope its legs keep it going enough for them to want to continue this, and
Yeah,
then
because I
they
do
won't.
hope they will have a good payoff with everything. I really do, because I'm not enjoying it as much as I wish I would, like I did with the two first episodes. So I hope the payoff with Born Again
Well,
at least is good.
I'm hoping that yeah, if it's good, that we'll get a season 2, and then that way they don't have to do reshoots. Because like I feel like if they try to course correct, then hopefully if they do get a season 2, they won't have to course correct. We don't have the inconsistencies of the pacing with the reshoots. Now I
Yeah,
can
I
say
know I know there's like a picture out there now, like it is season two is being filmed, but I'm just gonna take that with a grain of salt. But it's a lot of rumors, a lot of things going on that there are shooting for season two, and it is greenlit.
You
But
talking
I
about
take
his
that
black
with a
outfit?
grain of salt. I take it with a little grain of salt. The photo I saw looked really photoshopped, but I don't know.
There's a
I
bunch of
think
photos going around of him in his black outfit.
Yes, that's a picture I
Uh,
saw that I
oh,
looked
it's like
really
multiple
photoshopped.
stills. It's multiple like different scenes. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know either. That's why I'm just gonna take it
No,
with a grain of salt, and when we have more information about it, then we know, of course. But before we get to other stuff, do you recommend it, Hashi, for people, or do you say wait until it's over and then watch
no, I mean,
everything?
if overall, I'd say you should at least give it a chance and form your own opinion about it. Like, obviously, I have been telling Kilt It forever now to go
You don't
watch the
want an echo
Netflix.
chamber, huh?
No, fuck no, I don't want an echo chamber. I've been telling
But we are all about echo chambers, people. All about echo chambers. We do not care about it.
damn.
That's how it is. We're gonna be dicks. Just joking
oh
around.
wow, I didn't see that coming.
You didn't see that coming. Exactly. And I want to say hail to Vor. Hey everyone, hail to you, man. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Netflix Daredevil was epic. I do agree. The Netflix show is superior compared to the Born Again, of course. Hopefully, Born Again will have a good payoff. I pray that it will have a good payoff. Because right now, for me, it's not good right now. Two first episodes, brilliant. I liked it. Other than the goddamn CGI and some pacing, but overall decent, good. After that, episode 3, good enough, not the best, and went downhill. So hope for the best. Hope for the best, in my view. And since we are talking about Marvel, I know you guys talked about this because that was on your title for the stream yesterday. And that's also the title of our streams too, is of course Avengers Doomsday. and the cast.
Hmm?
Yeah, people are probably, from what I've seen, people only care about half of what's on there.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. But, so, we do have, of course, Avengers Doomsday. Doomsday, who's cast and who is missing. And I just figured out that I have the article on the wrong side of my screen, so I need to fix stuff. This is, I need to get a second screen on my working computer.
Yes, you should.
Even though I have a big ass screen, I have a big ass screen 4K, but I like to still have two.
Jason
But
likes it big.
yeah, of course, just as big as me. Um, but no, Marvel Studios made their big Avengers Doomsday cast announcement on Wednesday, which included Robert Downey Jr., of course. I do agree with Leia Rose here. I do agree with you. I do think Robert Downey Jr. should just stay as Tony Stark and be dead. He died. Let him be dead. Um, so many other actors you could cast as Doomsday, as Doctor Doom.
And you could get the original guy back. He did a good job as Doom. I mean,
You
he
can get
wasn't.
the original. You can get Nikolai, who also played one of the Lannister twins in Game of Thrones. He has the accent, he has the look, and he's been a fan favorite cast for many years. So you could just cast him. A lot of other people you could cast. I don't, yeah. Yeah, so many other actors you could choose, but of course, they they wanted, of course, Robert Downey Jr. because why not? And of course, trying to get the viewers back. Of course,
Money, money, money.
exactly.
Well, yeah, they don't. They know. Well, to be fair, Marvel has been going downhill for a good hot while. So they're trying to pull back as many people
Yep.
as they
You know
can.
exactly. And I don't disagree, but there are a comic where Doctor Doom and Tony. Yes, there is a comic about that too. But according to what we know about this movie, it is Doctor Doom himself. So yeah, we don't know. We will see what they're gonna do with that whole thing. Um, but and more than 24 MCU actors, because they're gonna have a lot of actors in this. Because again, the announcement that we got is not the full casting. More casting will come. It's
There's
gonna be
more.
Oh god, yeah, there
yes,
has to be
Oh,
more.
yeah.
If they're gonna
yes, it
bring,
is gonna be more. They talked about it a while back. It's like how many was it? Like 50 characters? Like 50 characters or something?
Jesus
I
Christ.
don't know. There was like a big bunch of how many characters are gonna because they have two parts. It's gonna be a full.
Mm.
yeah, there's no way there's not more.
Yeah, it's
And,
gonna be a full fest. Yeah, it is
they're
announced. Like it's gonna be a
like
lot.
I can guarantee you at least because there's no way they're not adding Tom Holland. There's no way. You're not gonna bring Robert Downey Jr. back, who has like or for Tony, like a person who looks like Tony back, and not have
Yeah,
Tom Holland in this, like his Spider Man in this. And like Spider Man was a very big part of the Secret Wars because that's also how they introduced Venom into the MCU.
They're not. That's not the Secret War story. No, they're doing Secret Wars, not Secret War, not 1985. They're doing the second one.
yeah. So of course, however, a lot of actors and characters are missing. The video has received millions and millions of views, of course, because a lot of people want to see who is gonna be cast in this movie.
I can also see them. It's like I don't see them excluding Hugh Jackman as well. Like I don't see them excluding him at all.
No, right, because again, they have Gambit and some X-Men characters, and we are gonna get into that, of course. Um, proving again that there is no such thing as superhero fatigue. Deadpool and Wolverine recently made over 1.3 billion as fans flocked to the theaters to see their favorite Fox Marvel X-Men characters on screen. I think the Deadpool and Wolverine movie is whatever. I care more about the cameos than the movie itself. Had some funny moments here and there, but I'm not a big Deadpool guy. Never been a big Deadpool fan in the comics either. Do enjoy him once in a while, but not my favorite character.
I don't mind him, especially since if I do like Ryan Reynolds' portrayal as him. So, uh, very good casting on my end for that.
He is basically Deadpool in real life, basically, So, but the
And
MCU hasn't been the same since Avengers Endgame, where the movie is not my favorite. I don't think it's such a great movie. But Tony Stark died, and he should have been dead. Done with the case. Not getting the actor back. You can even make a case since Infinity War. It was Kevin Feige's idea to bring back Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. The Russo brothers are also returning to direct both Doomsday and Secret Wars. The pair recently hinted that the movies don't mark the end of a chapter in the MCU, but rather things begin anew, suggesting that the MCU reboot is in the works.
of course, they know
Yeah.
there's no way there's not. They have gone so far and failed with this.
Oh
There's
yeah,
no
they
way
have.
it's not gonna. They're not just gonna reboot it. The question is, who are they gonna get to play the new Iron Man? And I don't want to see. I don't want to see talks of
Oh no, we have
Ironheart.
Ironheart, baby. We are
Ironheart. Ironheart. Ironheart.
the
No,
favorite character ever. Oh my god.
no. I wholeheartedly believe they're gonna recast Tony. They're gonna recast
They're gonna have to recast everybody. That's what Secret Wars is supposed to be, a reset.
yeah, it's gonna be emerging.
That is what it's supposed to be.
It's gonna be whatchamacallit, a incursion where the universes collide.
Yep.
Like in the comics. Like
Exactly. So, let's get into it. Who is cast in Avengers Doomsday? The casting announcement on Wednesday was basically be split up into 4 categories: Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Thunderbolts, and narrowed down to 3 universes.
3.
And I do want to say hail to Real Wade Gaming Nation Clips. Hail to you, brother. I hope you're doing good. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Wolverine would make the show focus on him. Of course. Everybody would love to see Wolverine. Japanese movie character before Disney licensed it. Just saying. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, we know. Which is why
We know.
I think they realize how bad that character failed and how bad Wakanda Forever failed. And it's going to give them the chance to recast T'Challa without quote unquote offending the fans, which I don't think recasting T'Challa would have offended anybody.
If I don't remember wrong, wasn't
recast.
the brother of the actor or some family member of the actor saying that he's on board on recasting the character?
Well,
He was talking about that too.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck his name. Oh, I can't remember his name. Help me out here.
Who?
Yeah, which one
Black
of them?
Panther.
Yeah, what about Black Panther?
I'm trying to remember the actor's name.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
He said himself he wanted to be recast if something happened because he knew he had cancer.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of things they could have done, but of course they're not gonna do that. But the Avengers and the Thunderbolts are from the same universe, with X-Men from the Fox universe and Fantastic Four from their own universe. And we're gonna see how the Fantastic Four movie ends and how it's gonna connect, of course. Regarding Robert Downey Jr. He's playing Doctor Doom. Rumors have to say it's also from the same Fantastic Four universe. So at least 3 different universes involved in Avengers Doomsday. They all possibly battle it out for survival. Other than Downey, no villains have been announced. So
wait. Are they planning on doing Battle World then, where Doom gets the powers of the Beyonder and makes them all fight?
Unlikely.
I have no clue. We
because
will
that
see
was
when we see the villain. We will see when they announce what kind of
because that
villain they're gonna use. It's like
that was Secret.
Robert Downey Jr. should just, if they're using him and he's Doctor Doom, just let him be the fucking main villain in the movies.
I
Then
mean, God Emperor Doom.
exactly something like that.
Well, I think there was like an image leak where he was playing. He is gonna be playing God Emperor Doom.
Yep. So let's take a look. The Avengers. Chris Hemsworth as, of course, as Thor. So he's coming back as Thor, and Anthony Mackie as the
That's Falcon.
as Falcon. You know, Captain Africa. Captain Africa.
No, he's Falcon.
I know what you mean. But of course, as they said, Captain America, and we saw how that movie turned out.
Hmm.
People loved that movie. I think Kilted, you loved it so much. Your
Oh,
favorite.
it was
It's your
absolutely
favorite Captain
fantastic.
America movie, right?
It was stunning and brave.
Stunning and brave, people. You heard it here. Stunning and brave. And of course, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. At least he's funny. At least he's, funny enough.
No, I like Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. I think he does a fantastic Ant-Man. I would have liked for them to start off as Hank Pym and not Scott Lang, but that's just me.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and they just need some better, scripts and stuff like that for him. And of course, I never know how to pronounce her fucking name. Letita.
Oh, I think it's Ladetta or
Ladetta.
I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Letitia
I'm not-
Wright.
Letitia.
Yes,
I'm gonna
it's
butcher it. So
Okay.
It's Letitia Wright.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
I was
thank
telling
you.
Hoshi. It's like, I'm gonna butcher it. It's like, no, it's Letitia. My name's Letitia
Well,
Wright.
thank you. Thank you very much, sir. But Letitia, of course, is Shuri, aka the new Black Panther. Do anybody really care?
no.
I don't care. Kilted, do you care?
Well, what? Letitia Wright? Shuri?
Yeah.
No, not even a little bit.
And then, of course, the
Namor.
Namor, yes.
Lame.
Yeah, no, they really butchered that character. And why is he part of this? Why is he part of the Avengers in this movie? He wasn't that big in the movie either. He was just a boring villain.
So they had to, CG him a little bit smaller.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. But no, again, nobody really cared, and they butchered the character completely. It was just,
No, I do believe he was supposed to be more Greek than he was supposed to be Greek, not Aztec. And because that's basically what Namor is.
I think he was more Italian.
What do you mean?
And then, of course, we have our favorite actor ever,
Do I have to
Simu
explain the penis
Liu.
joke?
Oh,
who plays, of course, Shang-Chi, who, of course, he comes back with his movie that failed. I watched, I've seen the movie, Shang-Chi. It's boring.
I didn't hate the Shang-Chi movie. The dad was the best part of the movie for me, honestly.
Yeah, the dad is a great actor. I don't hate the whole movie. It has its moments, but again, it's not a great movie. Has its moments, but not great. And it did flop, and it was just, how you say it, so mainstream, boring, typical American martial art movie that is not good.
Which is funny because they had the guy who was doing the choreography for the movie was someone who trained under Bruce Lee.
I know. And also, Simu Liu, this is not part of the whole discussion, but he's also the guy who compared child diddlers with homosexuals. So yeah. Smart guy. He's really smart. And of course, Danny Ramirez as quote unquote the new Falcon from the movie that everybody loved. And of course, we're getting back Winston Duke as Mabuku from, of course, the Black Panther movies. Why could you just make him? He's a cool character. Why couldn't you just make him the new Black Panther instead? let him take the mantle of Black Panther instead of his sister. I think that could have been cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, well, I do believe that character has been the Black Panther before, like in
I
the
think so
comics.
too, if I don't remember wrong. It's been so long since I've read stuff, so. And of course, Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Of course.
Probably specifically the story Loki, like the god of stories.
Something like that. We will see which version this is, or if it's the same version or a new version. We will see what kind of version of Loki this is going to be. But then we get into the interesting part, and that is also X-Men. Of course, we have Kelsey Grammer as Beast again, and that was already announced with Marvel's movie. You know, with the ending.
Which means we're gonna have Monica Rambeau.
I hope not.
Yes.
No,
'Cause
that's
she
there. No, she has to be
she
in it. There's no choice.
yeah, because she got teleported to the Fox-ish X-Men universe-ish thing.
Well, we don't know if it was. There's multiple X-Men universes at this point, so we don't know.
Yeah,
Because
I know what
remember,
you
with
mean. I
Days
know
of
what you
Futures
mean.
Past, Days of Futures Past was I think it split the timeline into 3 timelines.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But that was already confirmed. We don't know quite what universe this is, but I just say quote unquote Fox because same actors, if you know what I mean. That's why I say quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and of course we have Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier again.
And they're gonna
Hopefully
kill
he's
him
not gonna die. No, hopefully he's not gonna die again.
again.
He's died a couple of times now, and when they showed him in Doctor Strange, Mom, they killed him off in the most boring way ever.
Nonsensical way. Just
Break his
absolutely.
neck. Just break his neck. So stupid. And of course, Ian McKellen as Magneto. I think it's great for him to come back as Magneto. Worried
One
about the
last time.
story. Because he wanted to come back. You know, he was a little disappointed that he was not asked to come back in the Logan movie. Because he really wanted to come back as Magneto. So I'm really happy that he comes back as Magneto. It's gonna be fun to see him.
Was it Hugh Jackman's or what? Whose choice was it that he wasn't coming back?
Well,
Or
I
he
don't
didn't.
remember. I don't think it was Jackman. But McKellen never got the call to come back. And he wanted to. He really wanted to, you know, to play Magneto again. So at least we get to see him as Magneto one more time. I think that's gonna be a highlight of the movie at least. And
Do
of
you think?
course, this
Do you think Fassbender and oh shoot, what's his name? Other young Xavier is coming back for this movie.
no,
Uh,
I do not think so. I do not think
No,
so.
you think they're done with the roles? You think Michael Fassbender and what's his name are done with the roles?
We have to see. I don't know. I'm not gonna
money,
say
They can't.
money,
anything
money,
about it because I don't
As
know.
much as I
money.
as much as I love Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen as their roles, they can't do this for that much longer because Ian's getting up there in age. Like
They're
he
both
Yeah, both of
they're
them.
both
They
up
both
there.
are.
I know, but
But it is
Ian.
gonna be fun to see them again together on screen because we all
Oh
have
yeah,
missed to see
100%.
them.
For a couple of
But
minutes before they kill them both.
yeah, right. But one of the big surprises was, of course, Alan Cumming coming back as Nightcrawler. I thought he was fantastic in X-Men
Mm-hmm.
2. He was
Oh yeah.
fantastic as Nightcrawler, and I
What
know
if
he did.
What if he comes back? What if he's not coming back to play Nightcrawler? What if he's coming back to play Loki?
What?
No, it was.
I know, but I'm just saying,
I
like,
know.
could you imagine if he was coming back to play Loki and not
Yeah, that would be
Nightcrawler?
funny. That would be funny. But because back in the day, you know, one of the reasons he did not want to join X-Men 3 was because of all the makeup. Because it
Oh
took so
yeah.
many hours of makeup and stuff like that, but now they have, you know, CGI and all that kind of stuff, so it's gonna probably be easier. Maybe not look as great as it did in X-Men 2, because that looked fantastic the way
But
they did it in that
he's also
movie.
older, so I mean,
It doesn't matter. You can be old and still use, you know, all this makeup stuff and look fantastic. You just need good people who works with practical effects and makeup. But bam
so
bida boom, then it's good.
you said what, Kilta? Do you not know that he played Loki before?
In what?
The sequel to The Mask.
A terrible sequel.
Yeah, it's a terrible sequel, but it's still a
Okay.
A
sequel.
guilty pleasure. Terrible, but a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, he played Loki in that.
Yeah, he played Loki. And of course we have Rebecca Romaine. I don't know how to say her last name. Always butcher it, but
Romaine Stamos.
Romaine. Yes, and she's coming
Or
back.
I guess
Of
she's not
course.
Stamos anymore.
Yeah, but at least she's coming back as Mystique, and she was a fantastic Mystique.
Wasn't it her who was excited after she got stabbed by Wolverine, or was it the stunt double that got stabbed?
I don't remember who got stabbed. I don't remember right now.
Like in the first X-Men movie back in 2000.
Yeah, no, I
in the
know. It
fight
got
scene.
stabbed. Yeah, in the end. Yeah. But no, she's coming back, so that's cool for her. She was fantastic as Mystique, and of course, James Marsden as Cyclops. Hopefully, they're gonna
Hey.
treat him a little bit better, because even though I do enjoy him in the other X-Men movies to a certain point, he was really misused to a certain point. He should have been, a bigger character in the movies. Cyclops is a big character, one of the originals, of the X-Men team. So hopefully they're gonna.
In case you didn't know, Jason, I know I talked about it last night. I'm actually cosplaying as Cyclops in 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I haven't gotten to see your guys' stream yet, so I need to catch up on it when I can.
I made a whole cosplay about it from scratch.
And of course, Channing Tatum as Gambit again, and I am happy for him that he finally gets to play Gambit again, because he's been waiting to play this role for so many years. And then the movie never happened, all this, and the selling of Fox and everything, and then he never got to play Gambit before the Deadpool movie. Thankfully, they got him on board. They got him to play Gambit, and yeah, we're gonna see him again as Gambit. So
Good.
for me, this is like, I'm not excited for the movie. I don't care too much about the movie, but one of the reasons I will watch it is because seeing those actors again as the roles. That's like the highlight for me, because I was more a X-Men person than other characters. I was more in the X-Men universe, so that's at least a highlight for me. But what do you guys think about the X-Men coming back, like this panel of cast of X-Men? Kilted, we start with you. How do you feel about it?
It'll be a waste of time, member berries. They're going to kill off half of them and recast come Secret Wars.
They don't have to recast them. They're going to use the younger cast already from the Days of Future Past series. They've already got the younger cast.
Yeah, but no,
If
I
they
think
decide
Kilted
to
is on a
use the
point.
younger cast,
there's no
you
reason.
already know they're going to kill Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen.
Yeah, I have a feeling
almost
about that
guaranteed.
too. The only thing for
they
me,
did it
it's
once,
just
they're going to do it again. Ian McKellen, like Patrick
Yeah.
Stewart, Charles Xavier has been killed 3 goddamn times already. You think they're not going to do it again?
exactly.
I mean,
4 times actually.
Kilted, you are spot on. I do think that might happen too. For me, it's just fun.
Hold on. What do you mean 4 times?
He died in X-Men 3.
Okay.
He died in Days of Futures Past.
He did.
He died. He did. It was right before he died. Remember whenever the Sentinels were killing everybody? That's when Logan went back in time in the last moment and like changed the past. But him and Magneto technically did die in that scene.
True.
Okay.
And then he died in Logan, and then he died.
I know
in
that's the 4th one. That's the other one I couldn't
Yeah.
remember. Okay.
Yeah, no, exactly. But again, back to what Kilted said. I do believe that is a big possibility that they will kill them off.
But it's going to be necessary because they're going to recast.
Yeah, it's gonna. They're gonna have.
And to be honest with you, if they're going to reset, they need to recast. They need, like, I'm talking across the board. These actors, they're great. We love them. We absolutely love all the parts they played. But they're getting up there in age. They need to have been recast for if they're moving forward with bringing the X-Men and bringing all these characters and have confidence in these characters. They need to be recast. It's just that's all.
I know exactly what you're saying. I do understand you.
And they're going to be very disrespectful about it too. So
yeah, exactly. For me, I am more just happy to see some of the actors coming back. That's all. Because they wanted to. And especially Ian McKellen, who's been wanting this for so many years, even if they kill him off. but at least he gets enjoyment out of it, if you know what I mean. So the few positive things about it. Um, but what do you think, Hashi? How do you feel about them coming back?
Ooh, you know how long I've been waiting for this? Oh, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Oh Jesus Christ!
You know I had to say it.
I have to go. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. This perfect
He's
timing.
lying. It made him
Oh,
cringe
dear God.
so hard. He's gotta piss himself.
Yeah, right.
No, I don't care for the others really. The only people I actually give a damn about, honestly, is
The
is
X-Men.
X-Men and I'm excited to see what the Fantastic Four will bring. The trailer does look good. The characters look good. I do think Pedro should not have been
Yeah, Pedro should not have been. And again, just shave the goddamn stash, bro.
nothing wrong with Pedro
Shave the
Pascal
stash.
as an actor. Nothing wrong with him.
Shave the stash. Come
They
on,
did it.
man.
They did it for Ross, but they couldn't do it for Mr. Fantastic.
No, right?
Like
But no,
again, I have no issues with Pedro Pascal as an actor. I think he's a very good actor.
no, he's not. He's a piss poor actor. He plays the same shit every single fucking movie. He's piss poor.
Well, that is your opinion. I like him as an actor. I liked him in Game of Thrones. I liked him in I
Yeah, because
liked
he
him
died.
I liked him in The Last of Us.
Then they play the
I
same
haven't
shit.
I haven't seen the movie with him and Nicolas Cage in it though. I've been
Yeah,
kind of
that's
curious.
one of the few movies I did enjoy because Nicolas Cage and Pedro basically just playing Pedro and being a dickhead, an idiot, like he is. um, but no, for me again, the X-Men is the only thing that I basically care for. The only reason I go and watch it is just to see what they're doing with the X-Men characters. What are your plans with this? What are you gonna do with this? And to talk about it, of course, and review it, and talk with you guys and other people. What's going on in the movie? And Kilted, you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Good, good. But yeah, of course, we do have also Fantastic Four, and we already knew this was gonna happen. So of course, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Invisible Woman. And of course, Ebon Moss, can never pronounce the last name, as the Thing. Still wish that he had the accent and sounded a little bit more like the Thing. But it is what it is. And of course, the best casting in Fantastic Four is Joseph Quinn, who plays Johnny Storm, aka Human Torch. That is the best casting in the whole movie. That is the best casting.
I haven't seen.
You don't
I
like Sue
haven't.
Storm's casting?
Yeah, I don't know how I've never seen Sue, the actress who plays her in a movie, so I don't know what her acting chops are, but she looks the part.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
100% looks the part.
she might do it well. But for me, I am a Human Torch fan. I'm a Johnny Storm, a Human Torch
Oh,
fan.
you didn't like Michael B. Jordan as the Human Torch?
Hell no, that was stupid.
You didn't like Chris Evans as the Human Torch?
Oh, I liked him. I thought it was funny. I think he was a better Human Torch than Captain America, but that's me.
I think for a younger Chris Evans, yes, but for an older Chris Evans, I like the distinguished look he has nowadays for Cap.
I can see your point. I can see your point.
Like he grew into the role. Like he started off as a Human Torch, but he grew into the role as Captain America.
I know where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from, of course.
When they first announced him as Captain America, I was like, "What? The Human Torch? Like this guy as Cap? There's no way." Then it grew on me hard. Like he matured with the role, I find. But
I'm happy for you. Yeah,
I do really like Chris Evans' younger roles. Like I liked him in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I thought that was a really good little
yeah.
gimmicky role for him.
Exactly. We need to get back to the topic too. And of course, Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. I'm not happy about the casting. I think it's a miscast, but it is what it is. And again, Pedro, Marvel, shave his fucking stash. We've seen concept arts with no stash, and he looks better without it, and he feels more like Mr. Fantastic without it. But he doesn't want to shave it. They probably need to
Is,
pay
it,
him more to shave it.
is this like a Henry Cavill role thing where he's not gonna shave, he's not shaving for contract reasons or just because he doesn't want to?
Oh, Pedro barely fucking
Oh.
shaves that stash. He likes to have it all the time. It's basically his trademark is having the goddamn stash. So, um, and of course, we get to the Thunderbolts, and that is of course Sebastian Stan as Winter Soldier. Still
Good
a
cast.
great actor, and a perfect cast for, of course, again Winter Soldier. Even though he should have been a new Captain America, he
No.
should have. Didn't get it though, but he should have. He was the best friend, and he deserved it.
Yes,
And of
Golden.
course, White Russell as U.S. agent. One thing that I did enjoy in the stupid fucking TV show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, was U.S. agent. I do like, White Russell. Great actor. He does fantastic work. So I enjoyed him in the character. I think he's a good cast for the character. The show itself sucked donkey dick. Terrible. And of course, Florence as Yelena, aka the sister kind of Natasha.
Lame. I knew there's no way. I know there's no way we're getting Scarlett Johansson back. I know, but she should
Yeah, I
be.
know.
She should be the Black Widow. They should not have tried to replace the Black Widow.
No, they should in that kind of sense. I don't hate her character. I just wish the character had a lot better writing in their movie. Because I think she's a fantastic, decent actor.
Oh yeah, no, she was.
I
She was
like her.
pretty decent in
Yeah,
Oppenheimer.
I like her in the role. Like I do like her in the role. I just wish it was better written, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they could have gone really good with that character, with good writing. And of course, Louis Pullman as the Sentry. Still curious how they're gonna pull that out in the movie itself.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
I know he's playing the Void as well. So
so it is gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna do this. And of course, David Harbour as the Red Guardian. I do enjoy the actor as the Red Guardian. I do enjoy him as Hellboy also. Not the greatest movie, but he was a decent Hellboy.
yeah, he was good.
But he's a whatever his politics are, put that aside. He's a decent actor. And of course, Hannah
Well,
John.
let me ask
Come
you this:
on,
is he out there running his mouth like other actors slash actresses?
he has his views here and there on certain websites. Sometimes he talks about certain stuff, but not often. It's been a couple of incidents. Um, and then of course, Hannah John Kamen, who is the race/gender swapped character of Ghost. Even though Ghost wasn't like the biggest character in the comics, but it was a male character in the comics and all that
So
kind of
just like
stuff.
Taskmaster.
Yes, just like Taskmaster. Um, so that is, the cast of what we're getting so far in Doomsday. And most people do not care about a lot of these characters.
Yeah, it's hard to. I mean, if I'm for being honest.
Well, a lot of
It's a shame.
people don't know who the Thunderbolts are. Like normies don't know. So it's possible if the movie's
If the movie can
Can't
be
say that with a
decent
straight face, can you?
if the movie's good,
or decent,
You could not say that with a straight face, could you, Kilton?
no, I couldn't. They still have Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four to get right first before
yes,
people are going to give a toss about the next big Doomsday movie. But
exactly.
the only thing that the number one thing they have going for them, Chris Helmsworth, Robert Downey Jr., and Loki, because I can't remember the fucker's name.
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston. That's it. That's what they got going for it. Sure, yeah, you can do the member berries with the X-Men, but you've killed Patrick Stewart so many times. People are probably getting tired of it.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like,
But
even though it's
those
fun to see,
characters,
it's like,
those
even if it's fun to see him again, it's just like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's
Are
probably
you
gonna
gonna
kill
kill
him.
him
It's
again?
misuse him. It's just like,
Oh, easily misuse them. Yeah,
exactly.
it's the unfortunate expectation that a lot of fans have right now. But those characters, those actors, I think they can get butts in seats enough to justify the amount of money they paid the Russos and Robert Downey Jr. And Lord knows how much money that initial casting cost. You wonder how much they're going to be in the movie. And with this first movie with Doomsday, what's the budget going to be on that? It sure as hell
Exactly.
ain't going to be $180 million.
500 million.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna put minimum 500 million. What was the budget for Endgame?
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out
Looking
before
at
we
it
get to
now.
next stuff.
Budget.
Because we
Can't even
are
type.
gonna talk more Marvel.
$356 million.
Okay, yeah. So
Jesus, that's not even including marketing. Holy hell.
accounting
I'm sorry. Estimated budget is $356 to $400 million. So, wow.
for Endgame.
For Endgame, yeah.
Okay, so with
So-
inflation and all, and the things, the price of things
Dude, that was
changing, all
only
that
6
stuff,
years ago. It's only 6
it
years ago.
still has inflation.
Yeah, and it is still millions, hundreds of $1 million.
I'm gonna say 500 million
oh my
minimum.
God,
Minimum.
oh,
So it is gonna be interesting to
Oh
see
no,
how
it's
they're
gonna
gonna
make. They're gonna make
pull
their money
this
back
out.
with this movie. There's no way they're not gonna make their money back with this movie. Robert Downey Jr.
if
alone.
Fantastic Four flops, this movie's dead on arrival.
I
I
don't
totally
know.
agree with you. I agree
Sorry.
with Kilted right there. That
Like-
is the facts. They have to, even if I disagree with some of the casting, they have to do the movie right. They have to please all the sides of the fandom with this movie, and it has to do good.
like
If not, this movie Doomsday is dead
yeah,
in arrival.
it's
gonna be
like
dead.
it's like James Gunn coming out and announcing, "Oh, my 10-year plan and this and this," and we talked about the other night. Like, dude, you need to make one good movie. You have to start.
Yes, you have to.
You gotta
You
start it
start
off good.
you started up with not a good TV show,
Creature Commandos.
flopped. You started poorly, and your Superman movie has to do good. It has to. If not, your universe is dead.
I
Before
will
start.
say I do like that he is trying to go with the more upbeat version of Superman. I don't mind the dark Superman timeline, but I do like Superman.
People are tired of the dark suit. They're tired of that.
No. I'm saying with certain stories it works, but not every story. Superman is not the dark, brooding type. Superman's the kind of guy who will stop. Like literally, he'll on his way to be fighting some big monster. If he sees like a little girl crying because her cat is stuck in a tree, he's gonna help that little girl first.
Or hanging out in the apartment to have a conversation with Lois while some monster destroys the whole city. Yeah, that's fantastic. I was defending that picture, that still that they showed off, because Superman can trap. He's faster than a speeding bullet. I was like, okay, you got one little snapshot, and then they showed in one of the teasers or whatever it was, he's having a conversation with Lois when the city is being destroyed.
Yeah, no,
when
exactly.
Thousands
So
of people.
there's a lot of
guaranteed are
concerns. A lot
dying.
of concerns about that movie.
So yeah.
And James Gunn, we know you're using CGI on stuff. Don't lie to us, brother.
Well, maybe because he looked a little worse for wear. Maybe he was still recovering from whenever he got beat the hell up, whatever that. Like that's why he's slower. He hasn't healed yet.
Don't care. Well,
so we are going to get into
there better be a good story explanation for it.
So we can talk more about James Gunn soon, but we have to go to one more Marvel article, and this is one of the sad articles because years ago, this is something that a lot of people talked about, and we saw this on the guy himself, how tired he was and what was going on, and that is Mr. Stan Lee himself, and how they treated Stan Lee, and even one person came out with a book trying to trash Stan Lee, claiming that he did sexual assault and other stuff and trying to ruin his name. But there was a guy who was with Stan Lee
Mhm.
for all this time, even though, I have my opinions here and there on the whole Kickstarter thing with money to get the movie released and stuff like that. Have my opinions on it.
Uh, how
But
close is he to being done with it, with the documentary?
I'm
I don't
surprised
know
Disney hasn't
how
shut it
much.
down.
That is also one of the concerns, and I want this to come out to the public. I want this to be known to the public because a lot of us fans of Stan Lee, the Marvel Universe, we debated, we talked about this, we saw how he was in the end, and he sounded so depressing. He collapsed. It was so much problems that was going on, and a lot of people, debated and had a feeling that even though he was old, this was the last straw that actually made him die, that he passed away of all the stress and everything that happened. And that was a big debate, a long, big talk. So we are going to talk a little bit about that. I do have the article about it. And that is Stan Lee, the final chapter. Doc chronicles mistreatment of the world's greatest comic book creator. Stan Lee's The Final Chapter is a documentary project by filmmaker John Bolerjack that aims to shed a light on the final years of Marvel Comics legend Stan Lee. Bolerjack, who served as Stan Lee's assistant and became part of his inner circle, filmed hours of footage documenting Lee's life during the dark period and final days of the world famous comic creator's life. The documentary promised to reveal complex and troubling situations surrounding Lee in his later years. It explores allegations of elder abuse, financial explanation, and struggles for control over Lee's well being and estate. Jack claims that the situation was even more severe previously reported, suggesting that Lee faced financial ruin at the time of his death in November 2018 at the age of 95.
Disney.
So we are gonna go and look at the trailer and all that stuff. We don't own the right and all this kind of stuff. It all goes out to him. And if you want to support this project, there is a Kickstarter. I don't know if they put it here, but if I can find it, I will put it. In the bios and stuff like that. Even though I'm a little bit mixed on the whole Kickstarter GoFundMe, the Kickstarter thing, how he does it, but again, if it's gonna be, a court case, money can help him. Lawyer to
There's
get
gonna be a court
lawyers.
case.
We don't know. That can happen. We don't know because
What?
again,
Them suing him for defamation or something? Suing Disney for defamation, I guess.
and Disney suing him for making this documentary. It can be a lot of things that can go on with this. That's why we hope that this will come out. And Vor said, "Rip Stanley." I totally agree with you. Rest in peace. It was so sad to see him go away, especially the way he was treated and in his final days. So
Oh
let's get
yeah,
into
I
it.
actually met Stanley like a year before he died. He just looked just exhausted. Like
And
like
you will see it a lot more in this here too. So let's get into it.
My name is John Bolerjack, and for the last 4 years of Stanley's life, I was his assistant, his confidant, but most importantly, his friend. I traveled the world with him, witnessing firsthand the incredible highs of his legendary career, but also the heartbreaking lows. Stan spent his final years enduring mistreatment.
Just looking like, looking
Old,
at him,
rough. I mean,
so beaten up, so tired, I remember looking a lot on pictures and panel stuff and everything at the time, and it was heartbreaking to see, one of the legends, being treated like this. You know what I mean? It's fucking
yeah.
heartbreaking. Let the man rest. Let him live out his final days of his life. Don't force him. Don't treat him
No,
like
Disney
this.
needs every dollar out of him, don't you know?
Disney and
Oh
everything. You
God,
know,
you think he's gonna be? Oh no.
What?
manipulation, and betrayal at the hands of a few very bad actors.
Is there any way to get us out of the San Francisco thing? Or do you feel we gotta do it?
Gotta do it.
At the time, I didn't have the power to stop it, but I did have a camera and I filmed everything.
whoa, watch out! Fucking heartbreaking to see,
Jeez.
dude.
You think they're gonna put him in any more movies?
No. If they don't, I mean, the only reason that they
Now I'm
would is
asking
if
for
they-
your
is if like they would the only reason why they would is if like it would help them, like if they were to somehow find a way to bury this, then maybe they would, but other than that, no.
But they have been trying to remove Stan Lee from so much of the work and his stuff. Even Jack Kirby. They've been trying to remove a lot of Jack Kirby, Stan Lee in their project. It is the same thing. I still remember this clearly about the kid, the boy who died many, many years ago. And they wanted to have Spider-Man on his grave. For Stan Lee, that would have been fine. You know, Stan Lee would have loved it. Disney came in and said, no, you're not allowed because it's a character we created. Yeah, they
What?
said created. Yes, they said it. They own Spider-Man. The kid was not allowed to have Spider-Man on his
No,
grave. That was his
wait.
favorite hero.
I thought Sony owned Spider-Man. Well, they own the movie rights.
Yeah, but it was the comics. The kid was fan of the comics. They wanted Spider-Man.
You never heard about that story, Hoshi?
No, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, no, that happened. I feel bad for the parents too. That was his favorite superhero. That made him, you know, strong. That inspired him. The kid loved Spider-Man. Figures, comics, movies, whatever it was. The kid loved Spider-Man. Disney came in, said no. You cannot use the character we created. Yeah, again, they said created.
Fucking
Stan
stupid.
Lee created. Stan Lee would have approved this. He would have loved this. He would have been honored by this. But no, Disney.
So wait, this is like a privatized family that asked they asked them like what a morgue or what's the place is the funeral home for
Yeah,
a
the plan was to
tombstone.
have Spider-Man on the tomb.
Mhm.
Yes,
And
that was the
Disney-
plan. Disney came
Disney
in
did a
and
cease and
rejected it
desist.
and took it. Nope, you're not allowed.
Yep.
You cannot use our character. Yep. So welcome to the club, Hashi. That happened. So let's
Yep.
continue with this.
Now I'm asking for your help to finish the film and finally get justice for Stan. This documentary includes first-hand accounts from key witnesses, including comic book legends like Rob Liefeld and Roy Thomas, as well as many others who saw the chaos and unethical acts. This isn't speculation, it's all on camera.
Like, look at him there. He's sitting there with all the packages there and everything. Looking tired, and you just let him be there. Is this how you really treat people?
He didn't want to be there. They put him. No, this picture right here is showing that they lumped him in with storage. They lumped him in
Yeah.
with like
Exactly.
he's cargo. He's a piece of merchandise for them.
That's what he is for Disney and others. Just merchandise. It's not human to them. Not human. And yeah, Vor. He might have been medicated and was unaware too, and fucking hell, dude.
Undeniable,
This is old Stan Lee coming at you. No, you're not old.
irrefutable,
I thought I was finished, but apparently I'm not.
no ambiguity.
That
It's
breaks my heart
motherfucking
to
Stan
hear.
Lee. He's done when he's done. Like, what the hell?
Yep. Like, and that heart breaks my heart to hear. You know, I thought we were done, but you know, apparently not. You know, because it's like, oh, you have to do it more. You have to go out again. You have to do this again. You can't go home. Not allowed, man.
With your help, we can finish the film, expose the truth, and give Stan the justice he deserves. As a bonus, I'm going to share with you some insights on the film from some of the most well-respected creators in the industry.
I'll be honest, I didn't know what to expect.
When I saw the documentary, I knew some of it, but like most people, I didn't know all of it. And there were pieces of it that blew me away.
It's a lot of emotions, dude. It's a crazy roller coaster.
Seeing Stan in that situation, being taken advantage of, was really hard to watch. Because I just think, you know, I was thinking of my parents and my grandparents.
So I think it's important that people see that even the guy at the top, the most successful comic creator, isn't protected.
This film shows behind the curtain that not a lot of us fans get to see.
This isn't just a fluff piece trying to attack somebody. This is like, I'll just show you in their own words.
I had no idea how badly he had been exploited. And that's a message that people need to hear.
I really miss Stan, and just watching it just felt like I really got to know him again. My thing that I hope that, you know, this documentary really does is, you know, shine a light on what was going on truly with Stan Lee.
Yep. I want this to come out. I think it is important for.
What platform is it supposed to come out on?
I'm not quite sure what platform they are planning. We will see when the time is coming. But it is heartbreaking to see one of the biggest legends being treated like this. So were you Kilted? How do you feel watching that, seeing that firsthand? And you know, there's been a talk of many years of what happened, what went wrong, and all that.
I'd seen the trailer already and heard discussions about it, so I'm looking forward see what the full documentary is actually like. You know,
Yeah,
we'll see.
we will see, and you know, we will see what happens when it comes to, you know, Disney and all that kind of stuff. And if this,
I think if Disney has their way, this won't see the light of day.
that is a possibility. That's again.
Because if someone
However
I
you
don't know,
feel
like-
about the Kickstarter and giving money and stuff like that, it is still important to support this and fight for this, because it is important for everyone out there to see what happened, see the truth, and not the fictional lies and stories and all that kind of stuff. It's important to get it out. That's how I feel about it.
I think if if any part of this shows like Bob Iger or Kevin Feige or any of them being like assholes to him, this is not going to see the light of day. I think Disney's going to like peer review the heck out of it, and just if it doesn't meet their standards, it's not happening. Like they will sue this guy.
I don't think Disney's a fan of this at all, because this could hurt them a lot.
I mean, yeah, but I mean their reputation's tarnished anyway. So, but
Yeah,
still,
of course it is. But this is gonna be a big knife for them. This is gonna be a big hit for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't if any of this footage shows any of the higher ups being like terrible to Stan, they're gonna sue this movie into the ground. It's gonna go.
That is a possibility. It is a
it's gonna be in-
possibility.
It's gonna be in litigation hell.
That's why we have to fight for it.
Hmm.
We have to fight for it, not give up. We can't let Disney or other people try to remove this film. We have to fight for it. That's what we have to do. But it is heartbreaking. We are going to move away from it, of course, to something else. But
So, okay, I just did a quick search. While Disney owns the rights to Marvel and therefore Stan Lee's creations, they likely cannot stop a documentary about Stan Lee, but they could potentially try to influence his content. It's like their ownership is of his characters, not of Stan Lee. If Stan Lee signed some sort of document that allowed this guy to do it, there ain't shit Disney can do.
yeah.
It's not
they
even
can
well.
try to strong arm him.
Technically, they as long as the estate signs for it, the estate's lawyers, because like obviously, if he started working on this project, he probably started working on this project hopefully at the at the whim of the estate. Like them, like, hey, we like, you know, our father, grandfather, whoever was in charge of Stanley's estate was like, we want the world to see this. So
Yep. No, so we will see, and what will happen. But I'm gonna fight for this. Um, since back in the day, I always want to know the full truth of what happened to Stanley. One of my heroes, of course. He's a hero to a lot of people, just like Jack Kirby. He's one of the inspirations to why a lot of us, want to become comic book creators and we like superheroes. It's one of the big reasons. And when I saw all of this as a young lad, it broke my fucking heart when I saw cons and everything and how he was treated. It's not right. Not right. So, any final thing you want to say about it, guys, before we get into the next one?
No.
Looking forward to it. We'll see what it presents.
Hell yeah. So we are gonna go into another topic, and we just mentioned this fucking egomaniac idiot. His name is James Gunn.
I was about to say, I was like, that could that qualifies so many people.
I know. That's why I had to put the James Gunn. But it is Mr. Gunn himself. Because something that's been in the works for a long time that a lot of people wanted to see, of course, is, of course, Smallville, the animated sequel that they wanted to make. And the actors would come back for...
No. Are they going to reboot the ending? Because, or not ending, whatchamacallit?
The thing is, Smallville animated sequel shelved for James Gunn's Superman reboot.
Yeah, so they're not doing anything. There's no rebooting. There's no nothing. So
the show that the actors wanted and they started writing for and the stuff they had planned for, it's not gonna happen because of James Gunn. Something that actually I think could have been great. You have the classical actors there, and they were supposed to write on it and do a lot of this show, and try to do something good for the fans. So, the co-creator of Smallville, Alfred Gugg, opens up about the talks of there being an animated sequel series to the hit show that ran for 10 seasons. While Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum have said they are on board, the animated sequel doesn't look to be happening anytime soon because of James Gunn's DCU and a new Superman movie. I would rather have a Smallville animated sequel show with the original co-creator of the show, having Michael, because I know Michael did talk that he wanted to write and stuff like that, for it, and they want to do this with justice for the fans. I would love to see that a lot more than James Gunn's Superman movie. I think a lot of people would love to see this a lot more, right? What about you guys on the panel?
I mean, don't be mad at me. Smallville. But yeah, I would say don't. I never actually watched Smallville, so
I heard a lot of people.
Wow, okay. Fuck you. Have you seen it, Kilted?
Bye. No.
Bye. Oh, motherfuckers.
Love you.
No, just kidding.
No, I mean, I've heard, again, just like Daredevil, I've heard a lot of good things about it. A lot of the fans loved it. It's just I wasn't in Superman when it was coming on TV. I was,
exactly. Yeah, and I get that.
I missed out on a lot of things, gobbling with World of Warcraft. So,
I get that. Yeah, but for me, who has, of course, seen the show multiple times as I was young, I was never a big Superman guy, but I really enjoyed this show for what it was and what they did and how they connected the stories and characters and all the passion and love. And again, we would not have the Flash, the Arrow show, and Constantine, and all these other shows if it wasn't for Smallville. Smallville is the reason we had a lot of it.
Well, that's why they brought it back in the not Secret Invasion. Oh shit, the thing the Flash did.
Yeah, the multiverse thing. the multiverse thing they did.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, the Crisis of Infinite Earth, and they butchered his character to a certain point, but
Yeah,
yes.
this particular Superman gave up his powers, right?
Yeah, he did. But Gog says that DC reboot puts Marvel revival on a hold. Gog appeared to on Talkville podcast along Rosenbaum and Welling. James Gunn and Peter Safran took over DC and TV starting off January of 2023, with Superman flying into theaters on July 11th, starring new Man of Steel, David Conswet, Gog says. I think the problem with most projects in development in any studio or at any network is regime change, and Warner Brothers has obviously gone through a lot. I think the fact that they're in process of rebooting Superman again, unfortunately, they are. Because James Gunn wants to reboot everything, but he doesn't know how to reboot everything. Because if something fails, it's just a bad memory. It's not a perfect memory, as he explained about, some of the stuff that he did with DC. Not a perfect memory. That's why it's not canon.
Is he saying that if a movie fails, he's just going to be like, oh, it was a bad dream or something?
Bad memory. It's not unperfect memory. So the thing, James Gunn got asked about the Suicide Squad, and he called it, and Peacemaker, he called them an unperfect memory. So it kind of means that whatever you saw might not be what really happened, because it's an unperfect memory.
I liked the Peacemaker show. I thought it was good.
Not canon, though, because it's an unperfect memory. So that's how James Gunn views some of his work. Unperfect memory. That's how you reboot a universe, right, Kilted? Do you agree with that statement?
Oh,
Unperfect memory?
It's the best way to do it ever. It's the biggest, most successful writing trope in the history of all.
I think Marvel should join that camp.
A lot of things I would like to call a bad memory or a blurry dream. Disney Star Wars trilogy.
Yep. Worth pointing out that
I actually found I found a Facebook memory. I'm sorry, this is a tangent. I saw a Facebook memory where I said about The Last Jedi. I think I actually hate this movie. That memory came up on my timeline. I'm sorry, where I definitively figured out. It's like, I hate this. Yeah, sorry. Okay, continue.
No problem. But worth pointing out that it is that under Gunn, the CW Superman Lois TV series starring Tyler also recently ended after 4 seasons. While the original plan was to have at least 7 seasons, it seems that if Gunn wants his Superman to be the center of the new universe, of course he wants...
But not the new Batman?
We will see what happens with Robert Pattinson's Batman under Gunn and what's going to happen. And we're going to see what happens with his Batman movie. And it doesn't sound it's gonna be great. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with it. And with that, before we continue, we do have a guest who is not Pris fucking Maddox, but it is Mr. Netcat.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing,
brother? How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Just got off work. Thought I'd pop in.
Your mic is a little static.
Yeah, that would be because I'm using the phone's mic right now.
Oh my lord!
Fantastic.
Oh yes, I know. Yeah,
it's a 10 out of 10 quality.
So it's charging.
All right. But we're going to go back to this. Right now, Netcat, we are talking about James Gunn being an egomaniac, of course, canceling stuff, basically because he's the point of the whole thing. He loves himself. It does seem, of course he wants his Superman to be the thing in the whole his own universe. And again, as we said, this movie has to not fail. This movie has to do good to make his universe work.
Yeah, it's a spider. If the new Superman movie doesn't work, that will be a failed to launch moment.
It will. And so far, it does not look promising of what they have shown and what James Gunn are saying. And as I just mentioned, I will say to you, Netcat, too, if the way James Gunn views, because he tries to reboot a universe, but he doesn't know how to do it. So when it comes to Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad he did, it's an unperfect memory. So it means it might not even happen, or it's just fact. Some parts are facts, and some stuff are just unperfect memory. Never happened. That's the way he views his universe.
Yeah. And even as somebody who adored Peacemaker, having Peacemakers be there and other stuff not be there seems like a really bad idea.
Yeah. So season 2 of Peacemaker is not really canon to the first Peacemaker because
Oh, God.
unperfect memory.
I can't believe
That doesn't fill me with hope.
Yeah,
that is what James Gunn said.
That's the explanation for why the characters aren't. Oh, Jesus Christ!
It's fantastic. So again,
not the right word I would use for that.
So again, the main point of this is that we're not getting a Smallville animated sequel for the moment because of James Gunn. And it is a shame. I would love to see a continuation of Smallville in animated form. And I'm happy that, the actors want to come back and the original creators want to come back and they all want to work together and make something for the fans and have, a ending for it all that we've been waiting for instead of just comics. But it's not happening anytime soon. So it is unfortunate. And again, James Gunn, fuck you. Just fuck you.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. So I'm going to go. Any final thoughts? I know, Netcat, you came in really late. But to Kilted and Hashi, who listened to the whole thing, any final thoughts about James Gunn and, shoveling Smallville?
I mean, like I said, I never watched Smallville, so I don't really have much of an opinion on the show being like, I guess, back set. I guess I don't know. I don't have any ties to that show. So I can't really judge on like. I understand wanting to do what the fans want, and then there's also some directors who want to do what they want to do. It really depends on how good the material is. Like I was talking about Kilted last night, like Toriyama, he created Dragon Ball Daima, and he said, in an interview, he said, "Fuck the canon. I want to write a good story." So,
again, the key there: write a good story.
Write a good story, and
he said
James Gunn. It's like James Gunn, he can do decent stuff here and there. He can. But when he has full charge of something, mostly, he does whatever the fuck he wants and he will not listen to the fans. He only cares about himself and what he wants. And of course, also fight people on X and other platforms because he disagrees and he gets caught in lies many times. But that's who he is, He does whatever he wants. And sometimes you can't do that, especially when it is a universe like DC or Marvel or Star Wars. You just can't do whatever you want because it's already a established universe and you have to follow certain things and stuff like that. It's not your universe. You are creating something for this universe and the comics and the things that came before. There is a blueprint.
There is a responsibility that there's a responsibility that comes with creating a shared universe.
It requires talent, first of all.
That too.
No,
We need
yes.
talent. And we don't have a lot of it anymore. We do not have a lot of it. We have stuff here and there in the middle that has some talents, that has decent stuff or good stuff, but not a lot of it anymore, especially in certain universes like this.
I mean,
Unfortunately.
like Snow White.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that new movie. I'm not gonna watch that.
Oh, I actually really want to watch it, but I'm not going to pay to watch it because that thing looks
Exactly.
so bad that
It looks
it's
bad.
going to
It
be
does.
it's
It's
it's going to
weird,
be so
weird,
bad. It's going to be
weird.
funny. It's going to be like I really liked the Cinderella movie that they had on Amazon Prime. It was so on the nose. You'd think that they were trying to make a
Yo.
parody of the current day tropes, but they were being serious.
Yeah, they try to.
I've watched it like twice, unironically, because I just thought it was so funny.
Yep. And but we are gonna get into some other stuff. And
Before we do, I have got to cut out because I'm about to fall over.
last thing, you can do this final thing.
No,
He's
I'm
an old
Come on,
sorry.
dude.
Jason, he's an
Come
old
on,
man.
dude.
I got
He's
4
like-
hours of sleep last night. It's time for
Yeah,
me to
We're
get.
gonna watch a
Oh.
trailer. We're gonna watch a trailer, and that's it.
You
Okay.
tried. You just.
All
You're
right.
the reason. You're the person who decided to do 2 streams back to back.
Shut up.
Yeah,
It's
but shut
your
up now,
own fault.
Ashi. Let's go
Four
right into
hours
the
of-
trailer.
4 hours of sleep. Oh, poor baby.
I'm old as fuck. I can't do that anymore.
I'm
So, we're
45.
gonna
I still
we-
do that.
But we are
I'm
gonna go
50.
straight into this before Kilted has to go and all
Okay,
that.
what trailer? What we got?
We are gonna watch the newest trailer of Andor that doesn't have that stupid music.
Oh, their attempt at the Vietnam War era music. That's what it was, man. That's what came across to me.
So
Let's see what we got.
let's get into the trailer. So again, we don't own the rights for this. It's all for pure entertainment and discussion and talks. And if you are gonna sue someone, we do have a guy here called Hoshiro
Netcat.
who is rich, who has money.
God, hell no.
So if you want to sue somebody, sue him. He has a lot of money. He's super
I will
rich.
take this time right now to say, Persa or Persia is it?
He is like Donald
can't
Trump
even talk.
rich. He is like Donald Trump rich. So you
Oh,
can
it's-
sue him. He can get the good lawyers. Just sue the crap out of him.
Want to sponsor this show and send me some of your.
We love you, Hashi. Well, let's get into the trailer and see if this trailer can sell people a little bit better than the first one. Again, I do look forward to Andor Season 2. I do enjoy Season 1. First, I hated it. First, I hated it in the beginning. I do enjoy it for what it is, even though, again, like I said, I wish there were more Star Wars music in it. I wish certain stuff were fixed with how they look and weapons, and adding some faders. But the story overall with Andor himself is pretty decent. I look at it as, just a standalone sci-fi action series. It cannot save Star Wars. Nothing can save Star Wars with any of this. But I'm still looking forward to it. I do not care what it is connected to. I do not care. I enjoy the first one. I don't care what it's connected to. I don't care if that's connected to the sequels, the other shit. I don't care.
Oh, I don't worry about that sort of thing.
That's what I care about.
But for me,
when
Andor was boring. To me, Andor was boring. But when I was able to push myself through the boring, it then got me annoyed, and I was bored again.
But for me, I viewed it as a filmmaker myself, so I viewed it also as a filmmaker. I enjoyed it as a filmmaker. I enjoyed the story for what it was. It was one of the better things they have done, at least in my view. So let's get to the trailer and see how it is.
I came with you to be part of something. The Empire cannot win. It's a different kind of mission. If it goes up in flames, it will burn very brightly.
I will say I do like the Skarsgård here, and of course the guy who Luna is his name, if I don't remember wrong, something like that.
Diego
Luna,
Luna.
Yeah,
think
I
it's Diego Luna.
do really enjoy them acting together, like I did in the first season. I think they are a perfect fit to each other. How they act and how they respond and how they do lines together. You have the emotions. I think they are decent actors, especially Skarsgård. I think they're decent actors. Um, and so far for me, this is what I would have loved to see as the first trailer than the other. Going straight more on the point and what's gonna go on, and more the intenseness. And again, I used to hate Andor. I used to hate Andor, the TV show, back in the day. I'm looking at you, Cash Money. Fuck you, because you made me rewatch the show.
I've
But
never
after
hated it. I just find it's just completely middle of the road to me.
I never watched
no,
it.
exactly. You know exactly. We all have all of our opinions, and I know there are certain people out there who's gonna be like, "Oh, Jace, you are a fucking shill because you like Andor." You know what? Fuck you, and suck monkey dick, bitch. Um, I enjoy
Okay.
what I enjoy, and I will praise the stuff that I enjoy. Um, I I enjoyed Skeleton Crew. I enjoyed it for what it was. Not the best, but I enjoyed it for what it was. Um, Bad Batch, I enjoyed it for what it was. It's not perfect, but I enjoyed it for what it was, and I will praise it for certain stories and storytelling that I enjoyed. Um, I don't hate everything Disney Star Wars. Some stuff I think is decent.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's like I also went back to rewatch Rogue One, and I didn't hate it as much as I used to. I enjoyed it a lot more after many years and rewatching it again. I find more entertainment in it. Is it perfect? Hell no. Does it break lore? Hell yes. But it wasn't that horrible. It was still a pretty decent movie.
Which one?
Rogue One.
Okay. I just find Rogue One to be extremely forgettable.
Yeah, I can understand that too.
Giving up everything. I want to win. We have to. We must stand together. We will be crushed.
Resistance is absurd.
It's a weapon.
Slap the guy.
The monster will come for us all.
Revolution is not for the saying. You're right here, and you're ready to fight.
There's a future here for those who dare.
Welcome to the rebellion.
Well, for me, this sold me. I personally am looking a lot more forward to this. And again, it is allowed to have different opinions. It is allowed. People have to remember that. But I see all these people online here and there trashing people. Oh, you like something Disney, Star Wars. Like, okay, sometimes you like what you like. You can't control what you like. Fuck's sake, I love Rebel Moon. A lot of people don't like it. I love it. I know what Kill this gonna say. Just fuck off, but I love you, bro.
Jason, wait. Have you been checked for brain damage yet?
Damn. See, I just,
haven't been checked for it.
Maybe you should for that Rebel Moon stuff.
No, man. I love Rebel Moon. But again, it is allowed. I have, even though I'm not a fan of Disney in general when it comes to Star Wars, I'm mostly not a fan of anything they've done. But I do, after rewatching Rogue One, Andor, watch Skeleton Crew and Bad Batch, I did find some entertainment in it. Will it fix Star Wars? No, it will never fix Star Wars. I looked at the shows and movies as their own little thing, and just as a movie watcher and not thinking about how much I love Star Wars, and look at it as a guy who just loves films and action and decent enough story for me to follow along. If you guys know my drift, what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
So that's the way I view it. And I know people, if you want to attack me for liking Andor, again, you know where the zoo is. You know where to find the monkeys in the zoo. Um, um, but we also have Vor saying, I liked Andor, and I'm happy you did. I'm happy you found some entertainment in it and stuff like that. I will say again, there are certain parts I'm like just rolling my eyes over because it was boring. Some stuff were boring, but it is what it is. Still a pretty decent show. I watched him die in Elysium. Yeah. Um, but for me, I at least think this is a lot better of a trailer than the first trailer we did see that came out with that awful music. They should just, change that music with some better music or some Star Wars music. But what do you guys think? Are you gonna watch it, give it a chance to see how it is? I know, Guilted, we've talked about it before.
I'm probably gonna check it out. I gotta go finish. I gotta finish watching season 1 first.
Are you gonna make me watch it, Kilt it?
You don't have to watch it.
Are we gonna review it? Is that what I'm asking? Like,
no, I actually want to watch it for my own enjoyment.
Okay, because I'm saying I'll watch season 1 if you watch all 3 seasons of the Netflix Daredevil.
Jesus
Christ. We're making deals here. But I know you have to go, Kilted.
Shit.
Any final words that you want to say to the audience, and what's coming up next for you, brother?
I have no idea. Thanks for having me. I'm gonna go pass out now. Yeah, I'm gonna cut out. Y'all have a good one, guys. I'm out.
Yep. Sleep
later.
well.
Yep. See you later, Kilted. But Hashi, Annette Cat, are you gonna check out season 2 of Andor?
Well, like I said, I haven't even watched season 1.
Exceptionally unlikely. I really haven't bothered watching any of Andor, any of Star Wars since Acolyte.
What? You could have stopped.
No,
you could have
no,
stopped
I-
before the Acolyte, honestly, and saved yourself some trouble.
Well, I'm saying that I watched like 3 episodes of that, and I have felt no desire to watch Star Wars ever since.
I will say Skeleton Crew was pretty decent. It wasn't bad. The
I thought a lot of people, including you guys, is that I just ended up not feeling any desire.
The ending kind of landed poorly, but the rest of the show was pretty good.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Skeleton Crew was not the best ending of the show, but overall pretty decent. And Jude Law, man, still a great fucking character and actor, man.
Yeah, no, he did good. I think, like I said, the ending kind of landed poorly for me. Overall, the show though was pretty good. The kids did a decent job. Everyone in the show did a decent job. The fan base did not do a decent job, though.
No, of course, never.
This like the fan fiction of people wanting to like have relations with the Wolfman. I don't know what's allowed to be said on your channel, Jason, so I'm not gonna say it, but like there was literally Twitter posts about people like wanting to have physical relations with the wolf character. I was like,
I can just imagine.
Yeah. No, I've heard a couple of things, yeah. I heard a couple of things. But we have basically gone through actually all the articles, and Netcat, I know you came in really late, but that's completely fine. At least now you.
And I'm just shopping and then heading home for the night. So.
Yep. But we can do one last final thing just because I'm excited for this. I don't know who other are excited for this, but at least I am excited for Andor season 2. I don't care what motherfuckers says. If the show is decent, I am happy.
Oh yeah, I am never going to be rooting against something being good.
No, exactly. It's like I always say, I will always give praise if I think something is good and or decent. I will give praise of what I think they've done right and what they should focus on compared to what they should not focus on. That will always be, the honest truth and how I view stuff. Um, but one thing I am excited for, and we do have some pictures of it, is Mortal Kombat 2 first look includes Shao
Oh
Kahn,
God.
new
Oh
characters,
no,
and plot details.
I'm
So
actually looking forward to that.
I am looking forward to. I loved the movie. I thought it was a great fucking movie.
You
Not
did?
perfect, but yeah, I enjoyed the movie. Even
It
though the
it
main
took me
character,
it took me a little bit to come around on it, to be honest. After I viewed
same
it as a
here, same
prequel,
here.
after I viewed it as a prequel to the actual main event, and I was much happier with it.
Exactly. For me, I did not enjoy the main character as much in the beginning,
It should have
but
been Liu
after,
Kang or one of the actual established. They shouldn't have tried to do an OC in this
I
damn.
totally understand that too. But after rewatching it multiple times, I accepted it. I don't hate the main character much anymore, and I think he's fine. And I do love a lot of the cast and actors in the movie. Thought it was brilliantly done, and of course, million times better than a goddamn Mortal Kombat 1 game. Because that was a disaster of what they did. But no, I'm really looking
No,
forward to this. Shao
I really like the
Shao
first.
Kahn. Yeah, same here. A good action too, and I do really love the look of Shao Kahn. He looks, because it is R rated. You can't make a PG-13 goddamn Mortal Kombat. It's not PG, so
Thank
it's
God it's R
perfect.
rated.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, it
So
needs to
I
be R
love this
rated.
look.
I
Hell
don't.
yeah!
I don't like the mask as much as like I wish it was an actual bone mask and not whatever the hell that is.
Now, for me, I do enjoy it. I like the mask. Could have been, yeah. I do understand your point, Hashi. I do understand. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I think it looks great. Look menacing. Looks like, you don't want to fuck with this motherfucker because he's going to beat you up.
And I love Carl Urban, but I don't
Yeah.
see him. I don't see Johnny Cage with him.
I do. I've seen enough of Carl Urban to see him as Johnny Cage.
He doesn't have the look for me. Like,
no, for me, he does. And I'm really excited. Carl Urban is a fucking fantastic actor.
oh no, he's a great
Funny
actor.
actor.
I love him.
And
He's
it's going to be a lot of fun to see him do more martial arts in this movie and, more, Bruce Lee style and stuff like that with the fighting. That's going to be interesting to see. Really excited for it. But who stars? Along Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, the image include Ludi Lin as Liu Kang. I think he did a fantastic job as Liu Kang. And of course, Mechad Brox as Jax. Really good Jax. Did not hate him. And I really loved how he lost his arm in the movie. That was cruel as fuck.
Yeah.
And of course, yeah, right. That was cruel. Fantastic Sub-Zero, fantastic Scorpion, fantastic casting on that, and just brilliant. And of course, Jessica. I don't know how to fucking pronounce her last name. So Jessica as Sonya Blade. I loved her as Sonya Blade. I think she nailed the character really well. Adeline Rudolph as Kitana, and if you don't remember that actor, she was in not the best show, but it was the TV show of Resident Evil thing they did on Netflix, the teenager thing. She was there, but at least she was one of the better actors in the show, and I'm excited to see her in this movie because she is a brilliant actor. And she's also, if the movie happens, Joji Ito is one of my favorite Japanese horror manga writers, and he has a manga called Tommy, and there are talks, and she was cast, and we will see what happens if it still will be in development after everything that's going on. But she was cast as Tommy in that movie. I still hope that movie will happen because she's a fantastic actress and she looks the part. So I think that she will do Kitana well. And of course, Hiroyuki Sanda as Scorpion. Again, fucking fantastic. Fantastic cast. Really well done. Um, and of course, Martin Ford as Shao Kahn. And Martin Ford, if you're not familiar with him, if you search him up, you have seen him as a stunt double and a side character who are in a lot of fights in a lot of fucking movies. Fantastic guy. Love to see him as Shao Kahn. He fits the character, in my view. So, not pictured but confirmed members of the cast also include Tanda Ubi Asunu as Lord Raiden. Great choice. Not my favorite, but still, he did decent in the movie. And of course, Joe Talsim as Sub-Zero, aka since he died, and I think this was confirmed, since he died in the first one, he is gonna be Noob Saibot in this one.
Yeah, there's no if they didn't do that, that'd be dumb of them.
Yeah,
Like
because I
everybody,
know that he confirmed it on Instagram, posting pictures and all that about Noob Saibot. So that's going to be really interesting to see. I think Joe Talsman, if you are not familiar with him, search him up. He has a great list of stuff that he's worked on. Fantastic martial artist, fantastic actor, and the perfect role for Sub-Zero, aka also Noob Saibot. And of course, Damien Herman as a Netherland demon Quan Chi. Really excited to see him as Quan Chi. If you love Kwang Chi, one of my favorite characters. Josh Loswin as Kano. Of course, we need Kano. Who doesn't love Kano? Come on.
they need Quan Chi to bring their people back in this movie because a lot of people died in this movie.
Yep. But, again, who doesn't love Kano? He's a goddamn fucking badass. And of course, Max Wong as Kang Lao, Tati Abrel as Jade, and Anna Thu Nuyang. Sorry for the pronunciation of the names. I am Norwegian, so I will mispronounce certain names. But as Queen Sindel. And again, there is not much, it is not much about the plot of the movie other than,
So they didn't release a trailer or anything?
Nothing yet. This is the first pictures, and the trailer will come hopefully soon, I hope. So, we are gonna get into that. We're gonna get more information of the story. And here we have Rudolph as Kitana, and again, I love her. I think she looks good as Kitana. I'm excited for this, and I think she can nail the part, in my opinion. But since a lot of characters, has been killed off, and they are coming back. So additional details include since they killed so many characters, some are seemingly returning. They deal with spirits and a nether realm and things like that, according to Boone, creator of Mortal Kombat. And all that. So we got lots of different realms. So itself, it gives the film very distant and very visuals approach. And again, Hiroyuki looks again good as Scorpion. Again, Johnny Cage, man. I'm so happy that we get a Johnny Cage.
Mm-hmm.
So there is not much to talk about other than I am gonna watch this movie.
Oh, so am I.
Oshi, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably. Like I said, I probably would have enjoyed the original, the first one better if they didn't bring in what was his name, James or something like that. I don't remember the main character's name.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
I didn't care for him. Everything else looked great. Everything that's sad is that everything looked great in the movie, but he just, I don't know, it didn't.
You didn't like him so much, like yeah.
No,
No, I totally understand that. For me at least, he grew on me after rewatching it. I don't know how it was for you, Netcat. Did the character grow on you after rewatching the movie?
He got a little bit less annoying.
Yeah. I agree with that.
But he was never my biggest problems anyway, so it didn't really matter that much. It was more the dynamics between Sonya and Kano and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he was not my main problem. In the beginning, I was a little, I don't really care for the main character that much. Like, he has a boring-ish storyline. But everything else, was really good compared, It's like, damn, But just after rewatching it, I found a lot more love to the movie. And yeah, it became one of the movies that I will rewatch and I will watch with friends and enjoy, Watching some decent story and some good action scenes. Can't go wrong with that,
I thought the fatalities were good in the previous movie. I'll say that.
Oh, God, yeah. The fatalities, they got that right in the movie. Love the fatalities. It's like, you have to have that in those movies. You cannot make a PG-13 movie about it. That would be lame and gay. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. It is coming out in October, 24th of October this year. So I'm excited. It is the month of my birthday. So, my birthday is the 16th of October. So this is going to be a beautiful birthday present for me to go to the cinema to watch this movie and enjoy it. And at that time, I do think I actually do live with my girlfriend at the same time too. So I'm gonna bring my girlfriend and my father to watch it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. But other than that, we are gonna wrap it up. We are almost on a 2-hour mark, of course. So we're gonna go around the table and stuff like that. My voice needs a break too because I am still sick. I have the influenza and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I'm coming down off of being sick myself.
Yes, exactly. You know how it is because I am a stepfather. I normally just skip the step and just say I'm a father. But since I'm acting like a dad now, taking care of kids and all that kind of stuff. We do that kind of stuff. You know how it is with kids. They are sick. They make you sick. You know the rule.
Oh yeah.
I
work with people with special needs. That's what, so I get the same thing.
Exactly. And with that, of course, we are going to go around the table. So we are going to start with Mr. Netcat himself. And to the people out there, no, as far as we know, it's not Prismatics, as far as we know. We have had him on the same panel.
No, he'd be asleep.
But people are still unsure.
Yep. So my channel is Netcat Media. What the one word for Netcat, and then media is the second word. And I largely even stream games, but occasionally I talk about Star Wars or other geek stuff. And on the very rare occasion, I dabble into commenting on political stuff. But
so since you talk about Star Wars sometimes, brother. Have you ever talked with the purist people?
Yes.
How do you feel about the purist people?
I get along with them, but we get into arguments at times because I am of the opinion that we should view everything on its own basis, and a lot of times they're like, no, Disney is terrible, and anybody who even considers watching that or liking it is a shill. I just had about an hour-long argument today with trying to defend one of my other friends who they decided was a shill, even though he's been praising in the new Jedi Order books because he's reading through them right now. And yet they're calling him a shill because he put out a video saying that he thought that people could be a little bit too toxic toxic and passive aggressive towards the people on the other sides.
Well said, because that is true to a certain point. It really is.
Yep, and
I know.
he even said that about both sides, and they were like, "No, he called us jerks," and I'm like, "Well, guess what? Guess what? You're proving him right."
Exactly. Well said, man. Well said. So
I,
when
I
is
ended up
your
calling
next
them
stream?
retarded.
So when is your next stream? Do you have any plans of the next stream that you have?
That is a very good question. Probably sometime tomorrow or Saturday, assuming that I keep getting better. I haven't streamed in a while because, I mean, honestly, today is the first day that I felt okay to really come on to a stream and talk because my voice has been just wrecked.
I feel you, brother. I feel you. My voice is the same.
So assuming that I keep getting better, I will probably be streaming either tomorrow or the day after. And I'm currently
What are you gonna
doing a
play?
run through a lot of I'm currently doing a run through the Mega Man X games.
Ooh. Listen to
Yep,
that, people. So if he streams, you know what to expect. And also, really fun streams, good to talk with, fantastic guy, fun chat. And it's also fun to see when he debates.
Yep, and I always pay attention to what's going on in chat. So yeah.
One of the best ones, because I've been watching a lot of streamers through the years, and they are bad at reading the chat. I am like that sometimes too. I can be bad at it too, but Netcat, he's a fucking genius on that.
My ADD is part of what makes that. It's part of what makes that work because I'm
Can
good
you
at
share a little to
multitasking.
me? Can you share a little to me?
Yeah, and without growing up with it, it might be a little bit too much for you.
Goddamn. But thank you for coming on, man. A little while you got to stay here, man. It's always fun to have you on. We need to get you back one time again, man, and talk about stuff. I love having you on. Hopefully, we can get Prismatics on at the same time so we can prove again that you're not the same people, because people are concerned.
I'm telling you, he's not. Otherwise, he'd be asleep by now.
That depends. That depends, man. You know, so that's the thing. That's the trick. Always depends. But with that, thank you again, Netcat. So let's get to the guy you can sue every time because he's fucking rich, aka Hashi.
I mean, if I was rich, I would not be shilling out for 3D printers. Look, I will whore myself out for some 3D printers. Any of you 3D printing companies want to sponsor this show, sponsor me. I will take anything, please. I love 3D printing.
The hell you say?
Exactly. But no, I haven't really been streaming much. I've been currently con crunching, so I haven't really been releasing any content. I've been making an entire cosplay from scratch for the past few weeks. I made it already, but then I competed in it and I didn't win. So I took the feedback I got from the judges and I've been redoing a lot of the sewing, 3D print making for the props on the cosplay, and I'm gonna be recompeting in it again 2 weeks from now. So that's what I've been doing, is building a whole costume.
Yep. Anything more you want to say to the audience or anything else?
Well, I mean, to the audience, thank you guys for being here. It's been wonderful having you guys, and we always appreciate each and every one of you for showing up. So thank you.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. Exactly. And for me, you can always find me here with this gentleman, my fine people of co-host and stuff like that. When also some of my co-hosts actually are here, I'm looking at least you, Baron or Mintag, and Cash Money. I'm looking at you guys. You're not here, but we're streaming on your channels too. Where are you guys? Just kidding. Love you guys. But you can also find me sometimes with Comic Relief Crusader, where we talk about funny news and articles, about pop culture and what's going on in pop culture and stuff like that too. Really similar to what we do, with just different panelists and stuff like that. Normally on Tuesdays and Fridays when I am there. And also on Saturdays, we normally do a show called Skullcast. So we are going to try to do that again this Saturday, hopefully. Hopefully nothing is going to come in the way. And sometimes I am with Sir Talkslot on What the Fuck Food. Because we talk about food crimes. And I was there today, and there was, I came in really late to the show. But there was a couple of food crimes that I was like, what the fuck is going on? Weird shit that they're doing with hamburgers. Really weird stuff, like putting jam and peanut butter and bacon together with the meat. And
I
it's
was about
a
to
lot
say,
of weird.
sir, you have an issue with jam and peanut butter? I was like, I was say,
No,
sir.
but they made it with burgers.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's
And
where you lost
cheese.
me. I was just like, hold on now.
Yeah, no.
Don't talk about bad about PB&J, sir.
No, I love that too. I like that too, but not on my burger. They had it on burger with cheese and everything and jam and peanut butter on a burger.
Peanut butter goes really good on a grilled cheese.
Get him out of
Yeah,
here.
but not with a burger.
Get him out of here. Sacrilege.
But other than that too, I'm working on some stuff. I have talked a little bit about this before, but I am writing a book / a comic book that I am working on. It's called The Forsaken, and it is about a bunch of not superheroes in general, but heroes with superpowers in the future and stuff like that. So I'm working on something that I'm writing on. I'm going to continue right on until I'm done. I'm excited to hopefully get this printed out and shared out at some point when it's done. Might get some other people involved in the project if we're going to make it into a comic book. I am dabbling about making it into a book or a comic book or both. Both formats can work. So dabbling a little bit back and forth on that. But if it's going to become a comic book, I am going to talk with certain people and see if we can make it to a real thing. Yeah, I would love to have a comic book of it. Hey, Chuck Dixon, let's talk one day. We are friends, so hey, Chuck, if you ever want to do something cool together, I would love to work with you. Yeah, we are gonna try to do some more shows this year. Hopefully, a lot of other live stuff is happening. Right now, I am, trying to move and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of work with moving. It's a pain in the ass. So looking at places and stuff like that, because my girlfriend and my father, we're going to move in together into a big house and make it more easier for all of us to live, because Norway is fucking expensive, and it's easier if we all live together like a little cozy family. And what else? I'm working on a second album that will be released. I don't know when it's going to be released. Maybe at the end of the year, maybe the beginning of the year, because I still have one album out that I did after a long time of work. I finally got it released. I have a lot of good feedback of the people who bought the album. I will try to get it on Spotify this year at some point, hopefully. And if you ever need a film editor, video editor for intros, outros, videos, whatever it is when it comes to film, video, I am up for hire. I do work as a professional editor and stuff like that. Been my profession for many years. So I still work as an editor. So if you are interested, you can always contact me on X, Discord, and other platforms. And if you can't get a hold of me, you can always try to get a hold of my co-host and other people in my company if you are interested. And what else? Yep, that's about it that I can remember right now. Other than that, as I always say, just remember life's too short, make the most of it, and we in 540 Studio and this panel, we love you and we appreciate you. And none of us could have been here today if it wasn't for all of you people out there. Thank you for inspiring us, and thank you for the love and support. It means the world. And we will see you next time, people. Have a great one. We will see you next time. If I only can find the outro. God damn.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, people.
Good night, everyone.
Shut the fuck up.
I promise. I did not click the old intro with an accent. That was an accent. I promise. That was... Goddamn. See everybody later. Goodbye.